Is it bad?
And both with 1,000-yard seasons a year
I
ago.
know.
It's Roll Tide, Amari Cooper, and Gig'em, Mike Evans.
First opened back in 1975. There's a look inside the iconic Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Atlanta Falcons and the New Orleans Saints. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
I knew you were looking for him. That's why I got him. There's a rookie with 96 speed, 96 acceleration. He might like 7th-string receiver. He didn't get no burn.
Now a first down throw. Luck. He'll check this one off to Fournette. And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a second down. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. They'll run it again with Fournette. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Well, they'll get 16 yards there, and it'll be first down, Saints.
Well, they picked up the first down, but I'm just going to say it. I didn't like it before the ball was snapped, and I don't like it now that they picked it up. Think about field position on their own side of the 50. They don't get it. They put their defense in a bad spot, and it's just not a decision that pays off very often.
Well, it wasn't 4th and a yard. There was some meat on that bone.
There really was. Fortunate to get it in that situation, but not a call I would make very often.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. To throw on second down is Luck. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete.
Right.
Now it's 3rd
down.
About
to be a pick. It was about to be a pick over the middle. Now, if you throw it away, you can throw it. It'll throw it to like a receiver that's nearby. I got to share a link to the YouTube.
First carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
Nah, it was like 4th and 3 maybe.
This offense go for it on 4th down already on this drive. I wonder if they'll go for it again.
They certainly wouldn't rule it out with these guys.
That'd be a horrible kick.
He was only asked to punt once in the
victory
victory last week
right?
as he sends this one away.
Oh, boy, he could have shown
It'll be a 39-yard punt. Give him a good 10 yards on the return.
Bro, I thought you were fumble.
And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10.
That's straight.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey.
Bro. Gone out.
Break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
On first down, this is McCaffrey, and he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
And not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Miles Garrett.
Me and Trey were in the middle of the game whenever I left.
Get him for a loss of 6. He probably feels
I'll be done before we leave in time. Promise.
7 times last
what?
week. And here we go again in the first
quarter. With the reservation until 8.
Talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has
it's
to have
6:18.
a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football.
We're gonna leave by 6:45.
7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. And they're going to go soft on the corners. Third and long for Prescott. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. He rifles one that's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And he'll get this back across the midfield, striping down to the 47-yard line.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on third and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they're getting blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
Well, now they'll try the end around. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
It was like 5 o'clock. Like.
They'll fake it. Now Locke. Flush to his right. His throw incomplete. Big O.J. Howard, his intended target. And it's third down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Throwing on third down. Locke being chased out left. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. Locke showing he can be dangerous when he tucks it and runs. He's able to pick up the first down.
How about that scramble by Andrew Luck? Sometimes we forget just how big, strong, and, yes, fast Andrew Luck is. When he came out of college at the Combine, shocked everyone, ran a sub-4 840.
And he grew up a big soccer guy over in Europe, so he knows how to use his feet.
That he does, and I think it has helped his legs along the way as well.
On second down, here's Locke. They find some open field here. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. They keep it with Fournette on first down. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the...
Now the holder's going to keep it. He's
I hit the hole.
Run for it. And that one covered beautifully.
I got tricked him.
And they'll stop him behind the line.
I was
It'll
in
be
the
a
test,
loss
didn't
of
work.
1, and that'll bring up fourth down. So now on fourth down, Sean Payton's going to turn it over to the field goal unit. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here.
Might be.
gets this one through. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. And we were scoreless up until this point in the second quarter. Now we finally have a little action.
Let's see where this action takes us. First quarter, no points at all. Now we got our first score of the game. Or does that signal that we're going to get more as we go along? Or will it revert back to what we saw in the beginning of the game?
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive? Or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. Because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Second down, Prescott. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Now Prescott. Throw right, and that's complete. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's fourth down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, Deion Jones and pick sixes are going together like peas and carrots. Oh, boy. He had 2 of those, though, as a rookie last year.
And I know part of the reason is his speed. He's one of the fastest linebackers that you're going to find in the NFL. But another part is he's not very tall. Sometimes he gets lost in coverage. When a quarterback's looking downfield, he just doesn't see him, and he ends up making big plays.
One of those pick sixes last year, 90-yard return against Drew Brees in his hometown of New Orleans. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. It's a gain of 7, and that'll bring up second down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
A first down throw for Prescott. Dancing to his left. And some room to roam now. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 1:57 to go in this first half. We're back to New Orleans after this. A second down throw for Prescott. Quick hitter here, it's complete. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Forced out to his left. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away and he winds up only picking up a yard or 2.
Prescott now on second down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. On 1st and 10, Prescott.
Exactly what.
And now a fumble. The ball's out. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Fournette, a first down carry. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
And he's going to be met at about the 43. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. And this one is right down the middle. So it's halftime here in New Orleans with the Saints out in front as we send you over to our headquarters in Orlando where we check in with Larry Ridley for our EA Sports Halftime Report. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Returning it, John Ross. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So out come the Falcons now. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they felt they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Oh, twisting away. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. That's a loss of 8 yards there to bring up 3rd. The Falcons on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Now Prescott going deep downfield and for a 3rd time tonight he's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. 10 yards still left on 2nd down. Time running out here on the play clock. On 2nd down, here's Fournette. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So 3 field goals for him here, and this last one helps him stretch out the lead.
And he's been solid as usual. And this is what you need to do. Make sure you get points out of every possession. And so far, they've done a nice job of that.
This will be taken in at the 1. Able to spin free. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20. Call it the 21-yard line. And here now come the Falcons. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down. Prescott from the gun on 3rd. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
NFL teams last year a little under 50% on 4th down conversions. This is a bit tougher. 4th and 4. Here we go with McCaffrey. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. They go play action here on 1st down. And he is out of bounds, but not before taking this inside the 10 to the 7. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. Luck on the sneak. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. 1st down.
Okay, I'll admit it. I'm a little surprised by that call. 2nd and inches. It did what it was intended, but it felt like it was a free play waiting to happen. I thought they might take a shot.
And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Another stop on 3rd down, and this defense still hasn't allowed a touchdown to this point.
The play clock's running down. And the kick by Elliott is good. And that will stretch the lead to 3 scores now at 19-0. So making 4 out of 4 now in the field goal department, and he's able to extend their lead.
When drives have bogged down, he's been automatic out there. So nice to have a kicker you can count on to put points on the board.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Oh, Prescott stripped.
You got lucky. After the 2 times.
Plays like this when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from it. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Daniil Hunter. He's the one to get him this time. And back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Riley Dixon now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around a training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach, he's in big trouble.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Oh, design run for their wideout. And some room to work. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd.
This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss. But with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. And that's a loss of 7 on the first down play. Play clock winding down. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. Room to run inside the 40. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead.
I know a lot of people look at these games and think, all right, this thing's done. Let's have some sportsmanship. Let's not try and score. You should never do that in the NFL. I've seen big leads blown, and teams that look like they had a victory, all of a sudden we're going home with a loss.
And that will bump the lead up to 26. Elliott now to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
First down, Prescott. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. Prescott from the gun. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that's going to lead to a third down. Time for a break. This one all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. The Falcons on third down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation. Now the defense definitely showing blitz here. Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. Escaping the pressure right. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Throwing now, Luck. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. He'll take this up just shy of the 40. Excellent display of footwork on that run. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Here's Luck now on 2nd down. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Well, they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Following the interception, here's Prescott. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Daniil Hunter in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And my goodness, another interception. Adrian Amos with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
The storyline in this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the time column too.
So for New Orleans, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Minnesota Vikings come to town. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they too will exit with a 2-1 record. And they'll be back home next week for a date with the New York Jets. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Saints are winners here as we say so long from New Orleans.